Morning, guys, or evening when you're watching this, I guess. Hope your week's off to a good start. We're doing chores later than normal today, but kind of on purpose, in that we're gonna wean Trapper John. He's just over 6 months old, so it's time. I fed the mares just like normal, and the way I like to wean horses is just over a fence. Trapper John's pretty used to seeing Thule come out and stand here and eat her grain, so taking her isn't going to be too big of a deal for him. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Thule in that pen right there. So there's Mama, that's Thule, that's Rush's nose. Here's Thule and Trapper John. Yep, my big guy. So we'll put her right here, and I'll feed everybody in this pen just right out here, and I'll throw some hay right there for her so they stand pretty close, and it should be pretty low stress on them. Probably the most noise they'll make, or the most stress they'll see, is this evening when Thule's bag starts to get a little bit tight and kind of Trapper starts to get a little hungry again. He might realize that he can't just go get a drink. But I'll leave Thule out in this pen here for a month or two, or kind of however long, and then here probably the first or second week in November we'll cut Trapper John, and he'll be a gelding then. He don't need to be a stud. I think he knows what I just said. So anyways, we'll get these pens set up real quick, and then we'll bring you guys along while we do all that. So here's Thule. She's pretty good these days about getting caught. We're just gonna catch her just like normal here. We can see Trapper John's right by her side. Part of being a horse, Bubba. So we'll catch her and we'll lead her out of the pen here. This is nothing new to Trapper. We were graining her with some mare and foal feed, so it helped her milk be a little bit better and helped her keep some weight on. And her dietary needs are changing versus the other horses in the pen with her, because they're all geldings, so they just basically need maintenance. And she's 6 or 7 months pregnant with a full sibling to Rush, Hot Lips, and Trapper. So she's gonna start needing more feed as she grows that baby bigger. So pulling her out this time of year allows me to make sure that she's getting the feed she needs without overfeeding all the geldings. So she's close enough to them, she don't stress about being alone or anything like that. Pretty easy. But we're gonna put her in this pen here, and then, like I said, we'll feed with the hay piles fairly close to each other. That way they probably won't even realize anything's going on. Pretty simple. It is kind of an important thing when you wean across a fence like this to make sure that the baby can't get their head through the fence. Like if it was just these panels, he could get his head through that fence and nurse off of her, and then basically you didn't wean, you just made him nurse through a fence. So we have that bull panel or hog panel or whatever you want to call it up. He can't get his nose through that, but he can still stand right next to Mom. So it's about as low stress as it could be for him. Okay, pretty simple. You can see that neither one of them really are too worked up about it. I'm gonna put the camera on a time-lapse shot again here on this fence or somewhere where Rush and Henry can't play with the camera when we're gone. But that way you guys can watch Trapper and Thule as they figure out that they're in separate pens. It's really pretty easy on both of them this way. You can see he's just over there eating with Henry. Alright, so you guys saw the first couple hours of Trapper and Thule being weaned, and you also saw me forget to turn the water off in Thule's pen here. I think everybody has done that at some time or another. So that's that. Thanks for coming along helping, and make sure and watch out for the second day of being up at the Knott Creek Ranch, which will come out on Friday. So we'll see you guys there.